Today's going to be slightly different though, and you're just going to have to bear with me for a little bit. I am holding the camera at the moment, which might appear a bit shaky. I will set it on the tripod in just a minute. So, first things first, full disclosure, I did forget to get some chicken out, so the other person's meal today is going to be a ready meal. And there, that's it. Liver and bacon. But anyway, let's get that prepared. Into the microwave, and I think it's 5 minutes. Yep, 5 minutes. Okay, so that's the other person's cooking. So what am I going to do for myself? Allow me to show you. Today we're going to be cooking outside on campfire. So just putting the phone on the tripod. Come on, turn up the other way. Don't be silly. It's going to play silly buggers, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Right. So, today's cooking is going to be outside on an actual... Well, it's not a barbecue, it's actually just a fire pit. But, everything else remains the same. Like I say, the other person's got their ready meal on the go. I'm going to be doing, well, it's basically campfire stew. But instead of doing it over a stove, I'm going to be doing it over a fire pit. Right. And just because I'm doing it over today's meal over a fire pit, doesn't mean I'm going to neglect a cup of tea. So, instead of boiling it in the kettle today, I'm boiling it in just an old coffee tin. Now these you used to be able to buy in the pound store, obviously for £1, but they don't make them anymore, which is a bit of a shame, because they're absolutely perfect. They are steel, they'll go over there quite happily. 800 millilitres they hold. I did measure it once. So let's get that on the go. Now it does come with a lid. Obviously, being a coffee pot, this is designed to be airtight. So instead of putting it on as a dome, I'm going to be putting it on as a cup, because that way still keeps the heat in, but it means I can also get it off once the water has boiled. Now again, full disclosure, I am using fire logs as opposed to natural wood. Reason being is I'm in my back garden. I don't really want to create a lot of smoke, and fire logs don't create a lot of smoke. So that'll take a few minutes to boil. Won't take long because it is over a fire, but I'm going to leave that for a few minutes to not only boil the water for a cup of tea, but also whatever water I don't use for the tea, I'm going to be putting in the pot. Like I said, it should boil quite quickly, to be honest, provided the wind doesn't pick up too much. Right, while the pot is boiling, I'm going to start preparing the actual stew. Now, into the stew I'm going to be putting 150 grams of swede and 1 chopped carrot. Forgot to say at the start of this that this is a Slimming World recipe as usual. This time it's actually only for one person, which is handy. So everything I'm putting in is the correct amount. Put some water in, just enough to cover the vegetables. here. Water starting to boil, but is it boiling enough? No. That's okay. Pop that back on. Just retain some heat. Now, in an ideal situation, as I say, I would be dome side up, but I'm not going to do that because otherwise the pot actually expands and sticks. What I might have to do is add an extra fire log just to keep the heat up. I'll do that in a minute. I'll do that just before I start actually cooking the stew. Right, that's the liver and bacon on for its second blast. Oh. In the meantime, we're still waiting for the kettle to for the pot to boil. Now they do say that a watch pot never boils, but at the same time, you've got to watch it because you don't want it overflowing. Because even hot water will put a fire out. Do you know what? Rather than wait, shift that across. Rather than waste the heat, we'll shift it across. We'll start both going. Why not? And I have got a lid. I have got a lid for that pot, but the handle's actually recessed, as you can see, which makes it great for packing, but trying to get hold of it, not so good. Of course, you try and save every ounce you can of heat, every thermal unit you can. Interesting thing with the fire is the hottest part is not always at the centre either. The great thing with cooking over a campfire is it forces you to slow down. So although a fire's good, it's not as quick as obviously a gas cooker. It's not as quick as an electric kettle either. Like I say, it just forces you to slow down. All right. There we go. Right. The heat will dissipate from the coffee pot quite quickly, but it's still going to be hot. Now I can move that a bit closer over the centre and let that boil away. This mug is just bog standard plastic camping mug. It did have a handle, but unfortunately it met an accident with a saw that I accidentally cut it off of on purpose. Of course, a splash of milk. See, if I was on expedition and I was doing this, I wouldn't be doing this, but if I was on expedition, I wouldn't actually carry milk with me. I'd actually have Earl Grey tea, because Earl Grey can be drunk properly without milk. Or, not properly, it can be drunk without milk, without spoiling the flavour. And the microwave pinged a minute ago, so... Oh, hello. There's bubbles coming off of there. Ooh. Ow. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for a few minutes. I'm just going to heat the ready meal through a little bit more. I'm sure it's okay, but yeah, I'm just going to do it give it one more blast. Right, let's push that a bit further across there, just because that way the water gets heated up a bit more evenly. I expect the rubber on the handle will melt. Honestly, I don't know anybody that's got pots that hasn't got at least partly melted handles. Now the recipe on this does say that you need, after you've boiled the vegetables and added everything else in, you need to put it over a low heat. Now I'll show you how to do that on a fire, or a low-ish heat, relatively low heat, because where this water needs to boil, therefore I need flame. When it comes to actually cooking, I don't need flame, I just need embers, or not embers. Nice even, but yeah, might as well call them embers. But because at this point the water needs to be boiling, it's why I've got flame. boil over flame and cook over embers. I've just realised I'm not exactly wearing appropriate footwear either. I'll go and change that in a second. So this video that I'm doing now, I'm going to be putting it up on YouTube as usual, and I think because it's outdoors-ish and it's cooking and it's outdoors, I think it's going to fulfill those people that want to see me cooking, and it's certainly going to fulfill those people that come to my channel for the outdoor stuff. At least I hope so anyway. That lid should be cool enough to handle now. I am going to overcook the vegetables slightly just to make sure that they are done. Right, I'm back. And it looks like we can do with a little bit more fuel on this fire. Actually, no, what we could do with just absolutely perfect actually. I will add another fire log to that. Actually not a full fire log. I'll add half a fire log. That will catch. Make sure that is properly in the recess, otherwise it will fall out. Knowing my luck. Right, just going to drain these vegetables and then I'll be back. Okay, so back in the same pan, just drain them, they're back in the same pan. I'm now going to add some of the harissa seasoning. Need to break this up a bit. Okay, some of the harissa seasoning, some garlic, a splash of water, leave that just to the side because at this point I don't need the flames because I'm not boiling, I'm just cooking, so I don't need a lot of heat. I'm actually going to move it this side. Like I say, right now I need the embers, not the actual flame, because I'm not boiling water. I'm just throwing that extra fire log on there just to create some more embers. Like I say, with this we cook over embers, not flame. Just gonna give that a stir. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for, a bit of that smell. Wonderful. And the smoke's just gone in my eyes. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, now that that's lightly bubbling away, I'm going to add mixed beans. Now normally I would drain the mixed beans, but because we're adding a little bit more water, I'm actually just going to tip them straight in, like so. And on top of that, I'm going to add 300 grams of passata, all in, just like so. And then use the spoon to give it all a mix. And then just going to cover that through. There we go. Right. basically it. All we've got to do now is just wait for it to just gently warm through. And once it's warmed through, I'm going to break an egg into it. You'll see me do that. And then yeah, that'll be it. Campfire stew, done as it should be done. Now then, pop the camera up a bit, because one of the great things, as I say, one of the great things about campfire cooking is the fact that it forces you to slow down. I will tidy everything up on the table, but it just forces you to slow down. And take your time. So this is how you achieve a low heat over fire. You just add fuel on every now and then, just to keep the embers going. Like I say, right now we just need to simmer this, which is just about to start to do. I will check comments in a minute, see if anybody's put anything. Now in terms of putting this fire out, because it's in a fire pit, technically I don't need to. I can just let it burn out. But I probably will put it out. And to do that, all I'll do is I'll just add like a watering can full of water. That amount of smoke tells me there's not a lot of oxygen getting into the fire log. Not going to start poking it though. In fact, yeah, I will. Just lift it up, give it a bit of oxygen. Oxygen, and it goes. Again, just making sure that the grill is in the recess before I put the pot back on, and I'm not going to put it over the flame. Garlic's definitely getting fragrant now. Now you see, if I wasn't at home right now, what I would do is I would probably push the log to one side and use the flame to start heating up, washing up water. And then as the log burns down, scrape the embers across, so I've got more cooking embers, and put fresh log on to start burning to keep the washing up water going. actually started bubbling quite nicely. So there you go. Nice little simmer there. Excuse me. That's good. Might put a little bit too much garlic in it, but that's good. Yeah. Just going to give that a couple more minutes just to warm through nice and evenly, and then that'll pretty much be it. Because this is a one pot recipe, of course, there's only one pot to clear up. That. Just break that down. So it burns rather than smokes. Again, put the grill across. This time I'm not going to make sure it's 100% seated correctly in the recess, because I'm done cooking, so the pot's not going to go back on. There we go. Right. campfire stew done over an actual campfire. So I'm now going to sit and enjoy this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.